And now we're going to take a look at a video project that documents people's daily lives around the world. It's called the Global Lives Project, and it's grown into an international effort with hundreds of volunteers who are filming and photographing people's everyday lives, whether they're living in a small village in Indonesia or big cities in China. The goal is to teach students about the world and its inhabitants through storytelling. Lives in Transit is a new series from the organization. It intimately captures the routines and rituals of people whose lives center around transport, a critical issue in a world increasingly defined by mobility. Here's a preview.
일상생활에서 일어날 수 있는 모든 일들 저희가 지금 다 편의를 제공을 해드리니까 하다못해 먹고 자는 것까지 하기 힘들거나 아니면은 도움이 필요하거나 뭐든지 필요하실 때는 전부 다 부르시면 돼요. 저희는 그 모든 걸 다 합니다.
And that was a short clip from a video about a worker in Seoul, South Korea, employed by the company Anyman. Filmmakers with the Global Lives Project followed him over the course of a day as part of its Lives in Transit series. To tell us more, we're joined in the studio by David Harris, founder and executive director of the Global Lives Project. David, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Lives in Transit is your latest series, and you've spent quite a bit of time in Asia. Tell us about some of those videos.
Well, with the Global Lives Project, we have always tried in all of the sets of shoots we've produced to roughly represent the population of the world. And it turns out that about 61% of the world's population lives in Asia. And as such, every time we do a set of 10 shoots, which Lives in Transit is one of those sets, we try to have about 6 of those people from Asia. So the clip that you just saw of Sungwon in Gangnam, the neighborhood in Seoul, Korea, South Korea, is one of those shoots. But we also, as part of the Lives in Transit series, produced a shoot in Nepal featuring Mingmar Lama. He is a caterpillar fungus collector. He hikes up into the mountains of the Himalayas to collect what is now known as the Himalayan Viagra. It is a fungus. It grows on the backs of caterpillars. And when it's collected and sold to merchants in that region, it's sold for just a couple of dollars. But when it makes it to the final purchasers in different parts of China and also in India, it can go for hundreds of dollars for each of these little pieces of fungus that grow on a caterpillar.
Well, I've never even heard of that, the Himalayan Viagra. How do you choose which worker to follow? For example, Anyman in South Korea.
We call ourselves a video library of life experience, and as such, we're always looking for new additions to the collection that bring either a new occupation or a new type of life experience. We also work with volunteer crews all over the world, so anytime a shoot is proposed, that actual idea for the individual person who are going to videotape comes from a local producer.
How do you incorporate all this into your global empathy curriculum? Because ultimately this is distributed to hundreds of high schools, and you're trying to build empathy among students for how other people live in the world. How do you incorporate that?
Well, the videos and the photos that come from the shoots are the core part of this empathy curriculum. The curriculum itself is called Unheard Stories. It was developed by a professor and a group of graduate students at the Stanford Graduate School of Education. And they built the curriculum around looking at identity, both your identity as a student and how your identity intersects with the identity of different people from different walks of life from all over the world. And by exploring that relationship and that connection, students really learn about what it means to empathize and what it means to identify either as an American or as a member of a certain ethnic group or a certain religion. And generally, they end up thinking a lot more of themselves as global citizens or as members of a global community. We've actually done some research that demonstrates that.
And you have found success with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're still this year was our first year that we actually hired an education fellow for Global Lives, and she's been working hard to reach out to teachers who are using our curriculum and get feedback from them, get feedback both from the teachers and also to do real assessments of what students experience and what students learn during that time that they spend with the curriculum and with the Global Lives videos. And the results have just been amazing. Actually, one of our teachers is in Bosnia, and he said that one of his students said, watching Global Lives videos is like watching reality TV, except it's real. That was a pretty cool quote, I thought.
Yeah, and so they know exactly what it's like, and hopefully that will lead to some greater understanding among the young people in the future. David, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And David Harris runs the Global Lives Project. Visit globallives.org to learn more about the organization and its Lives in Transit series.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.